makes us an even better show.
Well, entrepreneurship is usually touted as being key in securing a future for South African youth. You may be wondering why. Some studies seem to have the answer. One of them is the P.P.S Student Confidence Index survey. It reveals that 62% of the participants in the survey are confident in exploring entrepreneurial opportunities upon graduation. This appears to suggest that there is a need for tertiary institutions to actively promote entrepreneurship as an attractive and viable career opportunity. But then, what about having tertiary institutions that place particular emphasis in refining entrepreneurial skills? Well, a group of young visionaries has taken this to heart. They are involved in the establishment of the Africa Cooperatives University of South Africa. Now, for more, I spoke to Ma-son-wabe Fuma. He is the university's co-founder and director of communication, administration and public affairs, as well as Sizwe Mkwanazi. He is also the co-founder and director for the planning and programming at the Africa Cooperatives University of South Africa. Sizwe is currently at the Oxford University in London in the United Kingdom, and he joined us via Skype. Let's take a look at what they had to say. Mr. Fuma and Mr. Mkwanazi, thank you very much indeed for your time. We're talking cooperatives here, and maybe the first question to you, Sizwe, what is cooperatives?
A cooperative is a democratically controlled enterprise or a business that is run by community members. How we understand cooperatives is based on the history of 1882 in Manchester, where the community organized for food and they came together bringing different resources. And these enterprises have for a long time sustained people's efforts to bring together those resources that they need, buying from themselves, building their communities through self-driven investments. So some big examples of cooperatives are enterprises that have been seen in Kenya, women in agriculture organizing resources and trying to work with one another in order to make a living. So in South Africa, you can register a cooperative. It is a democratically run enterprise that involves community members and different community schemes. One of the things I would say is that the fourth industrial revolution is not new. People have been working on this for the past 15 years. It's just that I think as a country, South Africa, we've only gotten to the bandwagon and starting to appreciate the interesting things that can come out of the fourth industrial revolution. But what we have learned, and on one research paper I've written about the implications of the fourth industrial revolution on entrepreneurship education, is that you would want a platform that is tech-driven in terms of teaching and learning, but more than that, you want to be able to use the principles of big data, blockchain technologies in your teaching and learning. So hence, at this point in time, we're also looking at how we create good access to online learning, where you are able to download books, but also you are able to generate content that would bring you closer to the understanding of your own community. What we also hope to experiment with in our university is the idea of paperless learning. We want to empower our members or our students to be able to make a selection between, going paperless or, using some of the blended learning approaches or having access to certain campus points that we will have provided as the university. So for us we don't talk about fourth industrial revolution, but we want to apply it in the day-to-day running of our institution once we have began, operations. But more than anything, our learning and research approaches will be based on the latest technologies that aim to provide access and also to ensure that many people can appreciate the technology that we are using in our research and learning methodologies.
Yeah. So, Mr. Fuma, the fourth industrial revolution, very much important part of this university. In terms of the fee structure, has that been worked out as yet?
We are still drafting the university's plan, and we are still coming up with some suitable prices for young people who want to enroll into our institution.
And in terms of the structure of the university, it's obviously a proposed university, but tell us about the structure.
So our structure is that of the 4 young people who've co-founded the institution, who sit on the co-founding stage of the institution. There is an institution that will have an advisory committee, that will have professors in the industry, that will have affiliate researchers who are going to assist us with some of the research, and we'll have associate lecturers as well.
I understand there's vacant posts as well?
Those are some of the vacant posts that we have as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, tell us, when would the university be up and running?
We are planning to launch the university on the 6th of July this year, on International Cooperatives Day.
Yeah. Sizwe, maybe just the final word from you. I mean, in terms of changing the landscape of South Africa by introducing this university, how will that do that?
Yes, the cooperative sector of South Africa is one of sectors that has for a long time ensured the inclusion of the excluded people in the economy. But also, when you think about it, when we talk redistribution, when we talk about empowerment, we've got to have institutions that are prepared to provide formal education that will fill the gap. At the moment, the cooperatives and community enterprise sector piggybacks on talent or young people which are trained for the private sector. So as a country, we do not have a group of graduates or numbers of graduates that come out of our institutions trained to work in communities and bring about value that is shared. So one of the things that the university seeks to do is to equip graduates with skills that will ensure that they can build alternative economies and empower their very own communities. But the second and last thing here is that when you train for cooperatives, you create what we call mobility in terms of sharing ideas with people, but organizing for ideas. So with the Africa Cooperatives University, we're not only going to expose our graduates or our students to the cooperative sector, but also to the continent, and help in that way position the continent as a strong community enterprise sector which other people can learn from.
Yeah. As we wrap up, Mr. Fuma, just give us some details, some contact details for those interested in joining.
We are currently working on our website, which will be up and running by the end of this month, which will be www.acusa.co.za. Currently, we are available on social media on Africa Cooperatives University of South Africa. This is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
That was Ma-son-wabe Fuma at the Africa Cooperatives University of South Africa's